Namo Arhantana Namo Siddhana Namo Aryana Namo Vijana Namo Deva Samasanam Yaso Panchanamkara Sarva Pava Pranasana Mangalancha Savasing Paramam Bhavena Omkaram Bindu Sanyuktam Nityam Dhyanti Yoginam Kamada Mokstam Cheva Omkaraya Namo Namo Saraya Swanu Bhutya Chakasade Chitsava Bhavaya Sarva Bhavantarachide Agnana Timirandanam Gnana Anjana Salaka Chaksurin Miritam Yena Tasmai Sri Guru Namo Tirthankaro Jagatana Jayavanta Bharto Omkarnad Jinano Jayavanta Bharto Jinana Samo Sarasau Jayavanta Bharto Netirthachara Jagama Jayavanta Bharto Namo E Tirthanayakane Namo Omkarnadane Omkara Sangaryotene Namo Te Sri Kunda Kundane Aho Upakara Jinavarno Kundano Dvani Devino Jina Kunda Dvani Apya Aho Te Guru Kanano Aho Te Bhagavati Matano Dhruva Achalane Anupamagati Pamela Sarve Sridhane Vandi Kaho Sutta Kevalika Tita Asamaya Prabhratare Eka Suddha Sada Arupi Jnanagara Sanamaya Kare Kai Anyate Maru Jari Paramanu Matra Natiyare Om Namah Siddhavya Om Namah Siddhavya Om Namah Siddhavya. Okay, so last time we talked about Vastutva Gun. So we have a couple of slides remaining, so we'll just go through those couple of slides and then we'll go to the next one. So we talked about the advantages of knowing Vastutva Gun. We talked about advantages, that what are the advantages, and we'll just quickly go through those things. That every substance does its own purposeful activity, soul does its own activity, and Pudgal does its own activity, Dharmastika, Adharmastika, Akash, Kal, they do their own activity. So that means everybody does their own purposeful activity, nobody interferes anybody. So that way, who am I? Do I do the bodily action, bodily activity? No, body is matter. Body does its own function, soul does its own function. So what happens when I do the meditation? Because we have to keep throwing our practicality also. What happens in meditation when I'm doing it? I mean, actually, I'm trying to immobilize my body. I'm trying to control my breathing and everything. But again, remember, those are the actions of the body. When I'm doing those things, when I'm sitting quietly, I'm sitting motionless, I'm breathing in and out normally, what do I have to think at that time? What do I have to think about that? Again, this is reflective thought. This is our vikalp. Again, the meditation, what we talk about is not real meditation. It is called chintan. It's called deep reflection on the thought process. So what am I doing at the time? Even in the reflective thought process, I have to visualize that me, who am I? I am the soul and body is different. Try this one. When you do the next time, this deep thinking or the so-called meditation. Lack of better word, we call this as a meditation, but it's not really meditation. Meditation really, it starts after Samyak Darshan, and the intensity picks up after 6th and 7th Gunsthana. So what we are doing is imitating meditation. And in that imitating meditative state, what I have to think is, I'm the soul and the body is different. Try to visualize. Try to visualize two different entities. And if you keep on thinking in that regards, you will be able to separate those two things. And again, this is this is not the right word that I'm able to separate those things, but I'm making effort to separate my soul from my soul means me as a soul to be away from the body. And body's functions are happening by itself. So if we can keep on thinking this way, then it becomes really a good practical example of all the things that we are knowing right now. So what happens is other thing. So I become only knower. When we just say that I'm the Gnata Drashta, what does Gnata Drashta means? Gnata Drashta means I'm all knower only. That is my function. I'm perceiving the things. I'm knowing the thing. That means I'm Gnata Drashta. I'm the knower and perceiver. Knower and perceiver. Is it true statement in my condition when I'm in the Mithyatva Gunsthanak? Well, it's not true. Why? Remember, what is the function of the soul is knowledge. And what's a knowledge? What kind of knowledge it is? It is Swapar Prakashak. Means it knows the self also, and it knows the alien substances also. So knowing self, knowing alien substances, that is the natural function of the knowledge. Knowledge has a mode, it's called knowing, and this knowing mode knows the self and the alien substances. Now, the sentence will come in the literature time to time that if you don't know the self, you will not know the alien substances properly. What does it mean? I mean, when I'm driving the road, I'm looking at the car passing by, I'm looking at the red car next to me, I'm seeing somebody going fast speed, somebody's going regular speed, and all these things I'm seeing. Does it mean I'm not seeing those things right? Well, the scripture says no. Why? Because when I don't have my own self-experience, when I have not realized my own soul, then everything that I know about the alien subjects, alien objects, is associated with rag and dvesh. Once again, when I don't have self-experience, when I have not known my own self, and when I'm looking at the other things, I'm looking at the computer screen right now, I'm looking at the light bulb right now, I'm looking at the book right now and everything, but those things are associated with rag and dvesh. How come? You mean my knowledge about computer is wrong? And my knowledge about book is wrong? Book is a book, and I see it. So what's wrong with that? Shastra says, scripture says that in that situation, because I don't know myself, I have not known my pure nature of the soul, I have not experienced myself, that means I'm thinking that everything else is mine. For example, body is mine. Right now, before sitting down over here, I made sure that my air conditioning is appropriately working. Why? Because I'm the body, and my body has to be comfortable for next hour. My light has to be proper because I would like to be presented properly, whatever. So even though I don't tell every second that body is mine, but I act as if the body is mine all the time. I'm hungry from hour from now. Of course, we are 3 hours behind you guys. So, you guys already have done Chovia, and so, we are not talking about you. So I'll be hungry. So who is hungry? Me as a soul hungry, or body is hungry? I am hungry. Means body and me are same. That kind of my belief, that means body is non-living, I'm living, and I make my ownership with the body. So any activity of the body I perform, that means it is a mithyatva. And that means it is associated with the mindness in the other thing. I just I had the doership on the other one, other substances. I had the enjoyment from the other substances. That's what I believe. And that's why whenever I don't have experienced myself, everything else that I know, other thing than myself, is mithyatva, is with the rag and dvesh. And that's why to know the thing is very important. What is this causal efficiency? Vastatva Gun tells me, I can do knowledge only. That is my job. I don't have any other job to perform. So these are the simple, very, very, very basic stone, basic pillar of the spirituality. And if I can understand that part alone, I can have Samyak Darshan right now, So I have expectation from myself only, and I have disregard from the alien substances. Thereafter, what happens? Other thing, it also proves the sequential nature of the modes, because I am doing my purposeful activity now, and next moment, and moment after, and thereafter. So the series of modes coming, they are predetermined, prefixed, and they are coming of their own particular time. So just by knowing the causal efficiency attribute, I end up knowing that part also, that all the modes, they're coming in sequential order, in which our Gujarati word says krambad paryay, means everything happens by itself only. There is no outside forces make it happen, or no outside forces not make it happen. If something is going to happen, it happens, that's it. It is predetermined, prefixed, it's going to happen that time no matter what. Okay, thereafter it also says all the substances are independent, because I believe that I'm the knower, and I don't do the activity of the matter particles. Matter particle does their own activity. So I end up knowing that those two substances are separate. Dharmastika, Adharmastika, Akashkal, they are separate. We don't have to discuss too much about it, because they're pure and pure and pure, and there's nothing more to talk about purity. So the problem occurs between me and the matter. And again, matter doesn't have any brain, so anything happens is because of me. Buck stops at me because I'm the person who creates a problem. I'm the soul who creates a problem. I'm the soul who creates the sansar, who creates the transmigration. Nobody else makes me do that. So these are the simple one thing can help me out. So once I understand that part, that me, buck stops at me, I'm responsible, then what happens? My wrong belief goes away. My wrong belief starts becoming milder and milder and milder, and to the point at one time it will come that it will go away. Yes. Question? Okay. All right. So those are the things that we have to continue thinking. So basically, I know that is it coming from my side? So what happens that if I know these things and I remain in my own solitude and quietude nature, then the inner peace occurs. Because Anand, the supersensuous bliss, the bliss is within me. So bliss will come as I try to know the things. I try to know the thing means myself. I try to reinvent myself. If I do that one, then I say, oh my God, peace comes from within me. Why do I have to worry for looking for peace somewhere else? Maybe my cell phone was being that. Okay, I put the cell phone aside. Okay, all right. So bliss occurs from within me. So I become better person each day, and with that bliss occurring within me, now I know, because I had the bliss occurs within me. I understood that part, but still, I'm weak person right now. My self efforts are not that strong, and because they are not that strong, so I end up joining the alien substances activity time to time. But once I know this part, my inner strength increases, my personal effort keeps on increasing. I look within, and ultimately I'll be going on the path for nirvana, and I'll become omniscient Lord. Me and the Lord. When we say Namo Aryantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Aryanam, Namo Jam, Namo Loesausam, what does it mean? It means I bow down to Aryan Siddhacharya Upadhyaya Sadhu. Well, that is true, but that is only half truth, because they are the alien substances. But when I look at the Aryan Bhagwan, when I look at the statue of the Lord in the temple, it's not merely a statue, it's a mirror. It reflects myself. It reflects myself in that statue, and it shows to me that I'm the pure, just like you. And what I'm trying to tell the Lord at the time, that Lord, I came to pray you, I came to bow down to you, not because you are great, but because you are great, and I would like to become like you, and I'm taking the vow that I will become like you. So that's why when I'm looking at the statue, I'm looking myself as a Aryan Siddh Acharya Upadhyaya Sadhu. In a Yogsar Granth, there is one, I think it's a Yogsar, there is one stanza, it says, Arihanta Siddha Acharya ne Upadhyaya Muniraj Panchapada Vyavaharathi Nishchaye Atma Maj. Means Aryan Siddh Acharya Upadhyaya Sadhu, those are the five supreme beings. They are, from conventional point of view, they are outside me, but from absolute point of view, when I'm looking at it, I am all those things. I am the Aryan, I am the Siddh, I am Acharya Upadhyaya Sadhu. So all these things comes to me by knowing one simple thing, Vastutva Gun. So let's keep going further ahead. What are the disadvantages if I don't know this part about Vastutva Gun? So naturally, because I don't believe in that one, that means alien substances activity, I can do it. Every substances perform their purposeful activity. Instead, I believe that I can do the activity of the matter particles. And so when I do that, then I'm not getting my right faith. My Shraddha, my faith gets diluted. It's a delusional faith, and that means I'm not going to get a Samyak Darshan. When I don't get Samyak Darshan, means there's no chance for me to get liberation also. So by not accepting Vastutva Gun, the two major disadvantages occurring to me, plus I also end up thinking that I'm the doer of the alien substances. I can do something for my body. I can control my body. I can control my weight. I can control my exercises. I can control my blood sugar. All kind of thing that I keep on thinking as a bodily function is my own function. We are not talking about worldly thing and everything. They are separate for sure. But even from body, I have to separate myself. If I don't understand causal efficiency, means I am missing out on those things. Thereafter, what happens? Because remember, we told one time that the only two gatis are there. Either it's a moksha or nigod. The two gatis are there. Yes, we just say five gatis are there, humans, subhumans, celestial life and infernal life, and ultimately the Siddha Gati. But actually there are only two gatis are there. We talked last week when we are there, but I think we'll repeat quickly. Two gatis, either it's a moksha or there's nigod. Why nigod? Nigod means lowest form of life. Nigod means when I'm going in nigod, me as a soul, if I don't get self-realization, I don't get Samyak Darshan, now is the best time for me. But if I miss this boat, then I will start going in different realms of existence, different gati, I will keep on going, and ultimately I will end up going to nigod, because my mobile life, there are two types of lives are there. Sthavar Jeev and Stavarji means the one which cannot move by its own vision will, and second thing is called mobilized, which can move with their own vision will. 2 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents, 5 cents animals, living beings, they can move with their own vision will. The ant can move towards the sugar and will run away from the fire because of its own vision will. So those are the mobile lives. So that mobile life is 2000 sagar years. 2000 sagar is a huge time. It appears in terms of our days, months, weeks, and years and everything. But 2000 sagar year is a huge amount of time. But once I finish that time, then ultimately I end up going to Nigod. In Nigod, I will remain for at least 2.5 Pudgal Paravartan. 2.5 Pudgal Paravartan is a absolutely so large of a time that if we take a ocean, total water of the ocean, and compare with a small droplet of the water, if you put that kind of comparison, then 2000 Sagaropam year is over here is like a droplet, and 2.5 Pudgal Paravartan time is like an ocean water. So I will be spending that much time in a Nigod if I don't get Samyak Darshan in this life. Now, what happens if I get Samyak Darshan in this life? Then I will be able to finish my remaining of the 2000 Sagaropam life, and then ultimately I will go for moksha. And 1 life, 3 lives, 5 or 15 life, and I end up going to moksha. So the two gatis are there. Either I remain in Nigod, I remain in moksha. In between, there are 2000 years of life in which I can make myself to go to moksha. I don't do activity, I go to Nigod. And in the 2000 Sagaropam life, in this human life that I have it, it's a very precious life. Very few years are remaining for me. And again, yeah, in considering 2000 Sagaropam and 2.5 Pudgal Paravartan, if you think about it, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years of age is practically nothing. But in that teeny tiny time, we can realize our soul, we can experience our soul, and we make it. So simple. The Acharya Bhagwan has made it so simple for us. He gave us 2 gati only, said, beta, choice is yours. You pick it up. You want to go to Nigod? Choice is yours. You want to go to moksha? Choice is yours. Put your efforts. Where will I put that money? Where will I, what is my money's worth? Is to get the Samyak Darshan. So if I don't believe in some simple thing like causal efficiency type of attribute, then I'm basically, my building is so weak that I'm inviting my Nigod life in the future. So now, when I'm doing karta bhokta means doer and enjoyer in the alien substances, when I think about it, which is not true. But
Kirit bhai, I have a question. If you don't mind.
Now go ahead.
Okay. In lot of the things are listening. Maro echo pade.
No, I can hear you very well. Go ahead.
Okay. So, Sadguru importance. One cannot have Samyak Darshan without Sadguru.
Well, let me put it that way. I mean, see, it is like 2 things together we have to think about. When you are ready, when your upadan is ready, Shushmita Ben's upadan is ready right now, then by nimit the Sadguru will be there.
Well, you said that, remember? You said
Yeah. See, remember, Sadguru, when we talk about, you mean how many times we all went to Samosaran to listen to Bhagwan's Deshna? How many times we went? Infinite times. Now you tell me, who is a better Sadguru than an omniscience Lord? You mean when I was there, I came out? What does it mean? For example, think about it. My 4-year-old grandchild, and I put her in a PhD professor's class. What will happen? The PhD professor knows everything about the subject. This kid cannot understand anything because she is not ready. She has not made her patrata. Once you have your patrata, every step you have the appropriate nimit comes and helps you out. Think about it. Yeah.
Does it have to be Pratyaksha Sadguru, or it can be Jineshwar Bhagwan who is Paraksha right now?
But
because we are talking about my life right now, these human births where I need to get Samyak Darshan.
okay.
And I don't want to go back to Nibodh.
No,
I don't have Pratyaksha Sadguru.
Okay.
Then what? I'm lost, or I can still do Purusharth and make it.
I'll give another example. You know the Swayambhu Raman Samudra.
Yes.
Swayambhu Ocean. Swayambhu Raman Ocean. The Jambudvip, then Jambudvip, and then Lavan Samudra, Datke Dvip, and Pushkarva Dvip, and Dvip Samudra, and last ocean is a Swayambhu Raman Samudra. Now remember, human beings are only 2.5 islands only. Jambudvip, Datke Khan, and half of Pushkarva. Human beings are only up to there. Beyond that, there are no human beings, right? Now, when you go to the Swayambhu Raman Samudra, the last one, there are asankyata, uncounted big fishes are there.
Yes.
They have fifth stage of Samyak Darshan. They're fifth Gunsthana. Where did they get the guru there? Tell me. So, I mean, that does not mean that you have to avoid somebody. When you are ready, then Sadguru is there with you. You know, in Srimad literature, it says Sadguru a lot. I understand that part. But Jivna anadhikari lide tatha Sadguruni yog vina. See, two things are given. Jivno anadhikari prano means my eligibility is not there and Sadguru is not there, then I cannot get a Samyak Darshan. But first thing first, do I have eligibility myself? Do I have Kashayani Upshanta? Do I have Matra Moksha Vilas? Do I have Bhavekhet? Do I have Prani Daya? Do I have those activities? Do I have those things with me? Just merely having Sadguru in front of me and I don't do anything, no, it's not going to work. I have to do my own work first.
Can I ask you?
Yeah.
I don't have Sadguru, that means I don't have Patrata.
No. So Sadguru, let me tell you one thing. You mean I have a Samaisar in my house for last 40 years? That I'm here in US for the last 35, 40 years. I have Samaisar in my house. How did that Samaisar help me out? Tell me on the first day. It just remained in the box all the time. I never touched that. When did I touch it? I was in San Francisco one time, and one person met me, and he said, don't read Vachanamrut. Don't read Srimad Vachanamrut, because it's like an atom bomb. It's loaded. You have to create your eligibility. You start reading Mokshmala like that. You start build up your base and everything. Now you read the Vachanamrut. That will be more important to you. Similarly, do I have to have Sadguru? Well, if I'm prepared myself, then Sadguru is there in front of me. It could be in the form of a person. It could be in the form of a scripture. It could be in the form of anything. You know,
that is what was my question.
Yeah. Do you know that Bensri in Texas?
Yes.
And we were talking to her. Actually, we were talking to her last night also. We were talking to her in San Diego one time, and we said, Benji, when did you get Samyak Darshan? You know what she told me? She said that, Kirbhai, I was one afternoon, I was sitting on my veranda, and I was just not thinking anything. And then I saw one sparrow, one small bird, picking up dry grass and going on the tree and making its own little place place for her offspring to come. Yeah, nest. So she said that, I kept on looking at the sparrow, and then I realized that even a sparrow knows what is to be done, what is the important thing in the life, and me as a human being don't know what the hell I'm supposed to be doing over here. And she said, I realized myself at the time. Now tell me, is that the sparrow was her teacher at the time? Means when you are ready from within, any nimit is present to you, So those are the things that we have to understand, that, you prepare yourself. What is there in your hand right now? In your hand is your personal effort. Did I make my personal effort to know all the things? When I read, do I have a question? When I question, do I try to look for the answer? Do I get the answers? Am I progressing further? You think about it, 5 years back, where were you? And where are you today right now? And if you are today here right now, where will you be 5 years from now? So those are things we have to be soul centric, that who am I? Who am I? I have to keep on asking questions to myself and improve myself. And whenever the question comes, then I will have somebody going to lead me to the right directions. Yes, you need, again, this is my personal belief, and may be right, may not be right. In the beginning time, when a small child is trying to get up and walk, he needs a support for walking. But once he knows how to walk, he gives up all the support and he runs off his own. So same way here, in the beginning, you may need every step, you need somebody to direct you. Do this, do this, do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do that. But once you start doing it, then you need somebody when you get stuck somewhere in your Tattvagnan. I have a question about it, and you will get the answer. Lots of time this is my personal experience, lots of time it has happened, some important question comes in my mind and I don't understand what it is, and I'm getting kind of to the point of getting frustration, and suddenly I open a book or whatever out of nowhere, no reason, and the answer is there on that page. Several times it has happened. So that particular time, that book became my Sadguru at the time. Sadguru, to me, I had to make my effort. And, when I make my effort, some of the things will come by itself. Because remember, this light over here is there. It's going on since morning. When did it become nimit for me? When I wanted to see the screen of the computer, then that light became nimit for me. Everything, Sadguru is always there. That entity always there. When I'm ready, I open my eyes, he or she or that particular entity is there in front of me. So, you don't have to get discouraged because I don't have Sadguru, so I can't progress. No, you are the one to be progress yourself. You will be progressing yourself, and wherever you get stuck, you will have the answer. And that is a job of Sadguru to help you out. So don't get, I don't want you to get discouraged, anybody to get discouraged that because I don't have Sadguru, I'm in this part of the world, who is a Sadguru in front of me and everything. Even this scripture book is also Sadguru. So, omniscient Lord is not there, but his messages are in front of me. So that is Sadguru, So that's what my belief is there. And I won't get discouraged myself. Anyway, having said that, I hope that answers your question, right?
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Okay, all right. So, keep doing your activity. That's all. Don't worry about it. You are on the right path, because how many people help you out to shape up your personality and everything. Tons and positive and negative events in the life, they all help you to modify your life. And so they were your Sadguru at the time. So you don't have to worry about that part. That's what personally I believe. So now we are going to eternal. We finished. We are almost finishing eternal existence, astitva and vastutva, two attributes. And what is the relationship between those two things? Astitva, eternal existence, shows eternity of a given substance, while causal efficiency, vastutva, shows each substance perform its own meaningful, purposeful activity. So each substance remains in eternal form and keeps performing its own purposeful activity. Me as a soul, I'm there for time infinite. I will remain for time infinite, and I keep on performing my own meaningful activity of knowledge. Knowing. That's my activity. That's why I'm doing it. And that's why I end up becoming a knower and perceiver. That's why I become Gnata and Drashta. Sure, in the Mithyatva Gunasthana, Gnata Drashta is not complete nature right now. It is not completely purified, but it is there. I can remain Gnata and Drashta. For example, I'm driving on the freeway and I want to go from New York, I want to go to Florida. What am I looking? I'm just looking at 95 South. That's all I look for. And hundreds and hundreds of the road sign comes. I don't pay much attention. Even though I look at it, I don't pay much attention because it's not important for me. I know that I'll be reaching there 8 hours from now or 10 hours from now. So first hour, second hour, third, I look at all the signs, but it doesn't mean anything to me. So same way, I remain knower at the time for those things, knower and perceiver of those signs. So those are the things I see, when I'm concentrating on something, so everything else in surrounding is there. I know them, but I don't get involved with them. So in indirect way, I do the knower and perceiver activity, but because I'm in Mithyatva Gunasthana, there is also associated Mo is there, associated. So basically, sorry, this is something. So basically, eternal existence and causal efficiency, they really help me to me becoming knower and perceiver. Let's see next one. So now I want to put the things. I'm a human being. I'm a human being. How do I, when did I believe in a causal efficiency attribute? And when did I not believe in causal efficiency attribute? Okay, so each attribute, when we talk at the end, we'll throw this slide that I'm a human being. When did I believe this attribute? When did I not believe in this attribute? So what does it say over here? The physical, electric, common, spoken words, mind, etc., all non-living matter particles. Remember, my thinking is also my man means mind, is also matter particle. Man is a matter particle. And spoken words, naturally, the spoken words are also matter particles. So they have their own eternal existence, and they keep on performing their own meaningful activity. The physical body will do its own activity. Electric body means Tejas Sari will do its own activity. Common means karma will do its own activity. Spoken words will do its own activity. So they did their own activity, while me as a soul also maintain my eternity with my own causal efficiency attribute of performing my knowledge and perceiving activity. And when I know that I don't have relationship to the matter particles actions, and I'm responsible for my own, that means I have known that causal efficiency attribute I have digested properly within me. Exactly opposite will happen on the other side. When I believe that I can do the function of the matter particles, I do the action, activity of the karma, I'm doing activity of the body, I'm the reason that I speak the words and everything. I have the capacity to think and everything, all kind of thing. When I think about it, that I'm making my ownership on the non-living matter particle, that means I did not believe causal efficiency attribute properly. So that's the things. Having said that, that becomes the end of that one. And now we are going to come to Dravyatva Gun. Any questions so far? Okay. Dravyatva Gun. What Dravyatva Gun means? Substantiality attribute means what? That means each and every substance keep on performing it every moment. Means every substance has a mode with each samay. That's all the function of the Dravyatva Gun. Let's see what that comes out. Substantiality Dravyatva Gun. This was written by Jin Dharma Praveshika by Brahmachari Jaspal Jain. He wrote down, and if we digest this 4 stanza alone, we can understand what Dravyatva Gun means. So let's try to sing that one and see. द्रव्यत्व गुण इस वस्तु को जग में पलटता है सदा, लेकिन कभी भी द्रव्य तो तजता न लक्षण संपदा। स्वद्रव्य में मोक्षार्थी हो, स्वाधीन सुख लो सर्वदा। हो नास जिससे आज तक की दुखदायी भव कथा। In 4 lines, he explains Dravyatva Gun so beautifully. We will try to understand. Dravyatva Gun is vastu ko jag mein palatta hai sada. Because of the substantiality attribute, the whole universe keeps on transforming by itself. लेकिन कभी भी द्रव्य तो तजता न लक्षण संपदा. But the whole universe keeps on changing all the time, but each and every substance does not live from the self and does function or something else. Swadravya mein moksharthi ho, swadhin sukh ho. When I'm looking within myself, my own modification, then I'm on the path to the moksha, and I'm going to get the supersensuous bliss. Last line. Ho nas jisse aaj tak ki dukhdayi bhav katha. Means, you know, if I don't believe in myself and I look somewhere else, that means it is going to be unhappiness for me. It will be misery for me all the time. So that is there's 4 lines that he wrote down. What does it say? It means substance keeps on performing all the time. Any substance you take it, Pudgal, Dharmastika or Dharmastika, Akash Kal, and soul. They all keep on transforming, means every samay there is a new paryay coming in. The water becomes vapor, becomes cloud, becomes rain, becomes snow, becomes water again, and this cycle keeps on changing. Water keeps on transforming, but water as a substance remains the same all the time. Every moment there is new mode keeps on coming. Here we'll take little digression and discuss about samay. What is a samay? Samay means what? See, Jainism is very, 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 very specific. It just defines microscopic time and macroscopic time, both the things. And again, it is a mind-boggling scientific explanation that Jainism has given. And that's why simple thing like time, micro and macro, it shows in such a fantastic, beautiful way that we just said, my God, if simple thing like this has an explanation, what happens with all the scriptures that if I go in detail to understand? Samay, what does Samay means? Samay means, if we take the universe, if you take the whole Lokakash, cosmic space, and divide them into minimal, teeny tiny, smallest possible particle. Again, last time we talked about, this is a cube. I take the cube and I make two pieces, and then make further two pieces, and I make it so small piece that I cannot make further pieces from that smallest possible thing. That is called one Parmanu. Now remember, the one Parmanu means what? One atom. The atom that we talk in science and atom we talk in Jainism, there are vast differences are there. Atom in the science has a proton, neutron, electron, and all the things. And even the protons and neutrons, their quarks and everything are there. And so there are so many things are there in one small atom of the science. In Jainism, when they say atom, means the smallest particle which cannot be divided into two. Now, this smallest particle, when we take it, how much space is going to occupy? It's going to occupy so much space. And if we divide the whole Lokakash, whole the cosmic space, into this smallest possible spaces, all the smallest possible spaces, we divide them. Each small space occupies one time element. It's called Kalanu. Kalanu. So each smallest possible space, it is called one space point, and it occupies one Kalanu. Now, remember, only two substances in this universe have possibility of movement of its own: Pudgal and Jeev, non-living matter and living substance. Living means our soul. They have capacity to move. So now we take the Pudgal particle. Pudgal particle, the smallest possible particle, has an area of a one space point. That Pudgal particle having one space point, going from one space point to the next space point with a minimum possible speed, then it's called one Samay. Once again, one Pudgal atomic particle, which is an area of one space point. That particle moving from one space point to the other space point at a minimum speed is called one Samay. And what is that one Samay? In a blink of an eye, uncounted Samay pass by. Uncounted means asankyat Samay pass by. So now you can understand the microscopic nature of the Samay. And at that Samay, each and every substance keeps on performing one mode by itself. So by blinking eye, I have created uncounted amount of modes within my soul. Then how come I don't know all these things? Because my knowledge has a capacity so minimum that I can just see minutes, hours, second, sub-second, and all the thing, but I cannot perceive less than that. So all the activities, my soul change uncountable time in one Samay, and uncounted time in the blink of an eye, because there are uncounted Samay pass by. So those are the things that I have to remember about the Samay. Microscopic. macroscopic samay will be, you know, the Palyapam time and Sagropam time and one Kal Chakra and a Pudgal Paravartan and all kind of things will be coming in the macroscopic time, which we are not going to discuss right now. So, end of time, transmigration, begin of the liberation due to substantial attribute and not depend on anything else. Remember now, my modes are coming with each samay. So let's take 10 samay right now. And my first samay mode is mithyatva, second samay mode is mithyatva, third samay is mithyatva, fourth samay is mithyatva, and fifth samay is samyatva. So what happened here? Fourth samay I was in the mithyatva, and fifth samay I became samyatva. So wrong faith, 1, 2, 3, 4 samay I have wrong faith. On fifth samay I have a right faith. That means what it tries to tell us, that my mithyatva, my wrong faith has capacity for one samay only. So even on my deathbed, let's say I don't have samyak darshan right now, I keep working on it, and last time comes and I'm about to die right now. But if I have prepared myself properly, then that fourth samay will be my wrong faith, and fifth samay will be my right faith. I have samyak darshan at the time. So to obtain samyak darshan is a question of one samay only. We don't have to get discouraged. You know, when we talk about karma, anant prakarna, ema mukhyat, ema mukhye mohani, karma, so much karmas are there, so much loaded karma I have, everything. When will I finish all the things? It's like room full of darkness from infinite years, and I'm been dropped there. And I want to remove the darkness. Will I concentrate on darkness, or will I concentrate on obtaining light? The pitch dark for infinite years will disappear within one samay as soon as I light the matchstick. Same way, when I rekindle myself with a knowledge flame, my ignorance darkness goes away. It doesn't make difference how long or how much deep in mithyatva I have it. It remains only one samay. So that kind of confidence it gives me. I don't need to get discouraged. In this life, I'm capable of obtaining. Why not? Give me one reason why should I not get the right faith in this life. I'm the eligible person. I'm going to get it. I'm putting my personal effort to it, and it's going to happen to me no matter what. So those are the things that we have to keep thinking about it. When we keep thinking about it, then we are on the pathway, positive pathway. You know, if we keep thinking negative, will I get samyak darshan or not? Why will I think negative? I'm an eligible person. I'm a sentient, 5 sense human being right now. I'm born as a human being. I had interest in Jain principles. I understand them. I read them. I digest them. I imbibe on them. I keep on reciting on them. Why will I not get it? Tell me. If I don't get it, who will get it? That kind of confidence I have to have. If I have that confidence, I'm going to make it. Ruchi anuyayi virya. Ruchi means whenever I have the liking for certain thing, my efforts will be directed that side only. And that's all. A simple thing in the life. Ankit wants to become doctor. What did he do? Did he say in the first grade, I will never become doctor because, you know, it's so difficult. How will I make it? He kept on saying, I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it. And one day he made it. So it's like, we have the saying in the Arizona lottery. It says, if you don't play, you don't win. If you play, then your chance of winning. But if you don't play, so if I have negative attitude all the time, what will happen to me? I'll never get it. I have a positive attitude. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it happen with my own personal effort. This is not a lottery. I'm working at it. I'll get the fruits of my labor. I will get samyak darshan. That kind of confidence I have to have it. And when that confidence occurs, my efforts will be directed that time only. And things are going to be all right. These things are going to work out best for me. Why not? So let's see next slide, what it says. Eternal existence attribute shows each substance is eternal. Causal efficiency shows substance has own purposeful activity. And substantiality means dravyatva gun says that those purposeful activity keeps on occurring every moment forever in a given substance. If I'm the soul substance, knowledge activity is occurring when I'm in Nigod also, and when I'll be Siddha in future, knowledge mode keeps on coming forever and ever and ever. Each second it keeps on coming. Each summer it keeps on coming. Second is a puny word. Second is not the right word. Each moment, each summer, I'm going to have a knowledge mode occurring. Then these modifications keeps on occurring forever, means there is no stoppage. There is no gap that, Pariyai decides, well, I'm going to take a vacation right now. I don't want to work right now. We as a human being, we just say 2 weeks in a year, I'd like to have time off and I would like to have vacation 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever. Pariyai says, no way. I'm not going to take vacation. I keep on coming no matter what happens. When the soul is sleeping, when soul is awake, when soul is in Nigod, soul is in the infernal life, soul is in any situation, there is a mode keeps on coming forever. Now, this modes coming, how do they come? And that's a very, very important point. It has its own eligibility. Each mode occurs due to its own eligibility, means it's a predestined, predetermined modes which are sitting within me in my soul. What does it mean? It means, for example, when we are on the vacation, when you're on the ocean, we are on the beach, what happens? Every moment, one wave comes and it breaks, second wave comes, third wave comes, fourth wave. The wave keeps on coming, but they are predestined, predetermined wave. That a huge wave is going to come at a particular time. The milder wave is going to come at a particular time. They were predetermined, predestined. Same way, my modes, we don't want to worry about all the remaining 6 substances. My mode keeps on coming with his own eligibility, Pariyayini Yogyata. Tat Samayni Pariyayini Yogyata is a word. The primary reason mode occurs because that mode has eligibility that particular time, and that's why that mode came. This is the most important take-home message over here, that what is the real reason for mode to come? There are 5 reasons given in the literature, scriptures, and each one is refuted. Number 1, there is a nimit present, that's why mode comes. I'm hungry and my wife made the food. That's why I'm hungry, for example. So my wife is making food is nimit, and I'm hungry, I'm the upadan. So nimit is there because upadan is there. I was hungry, that's why I was looking for food, and she was there making food for me. So nimit is there, but nimit has done nothing for my work. So nimit's presence is there, but nimit cannot do anything. So nimit is out. Then swadravyam. Dravya means substance. The pariyai means mode comes from my own substance. Samyak darshan mode comes from my substance. If samyak darshan mode comes from my own substance, then why did it not come so far? So substance is reason through which mode comes, but mode is not dependent on substance. Mode will come of its own. Substance is there. Substance is there forever. The samyak darshan mode never came at the time forever. Why? Because there is other reason to think about. So dravya is not also a reason for mode's generation. Then comes anantar purva kshanvarti pariyai. That's a word will come. Anantar means just prior, Kshanvarti means that particular time, just prior to my this paryay. This is my fifth number paryay. So fourth number paryay is a reason for generation of the fifth number paryay. In Pravachan stanza 99 to 100 to 102, it says, no mode can do anything to the other mode. Fourth number paryay was a mithyatva. Fifth number paryay became samyaktva. You mean fourth number paryay mithyatva was reason for the samyaktva? Whole thing will be falling apart that way. You know, the whole principle will fall apart. Samyaktva cannot come from mithyatva. So samyaktva's paryay did not depend on the samyaktva's number 5 number paryay was not depend on 4 number paryay. So then we are coming to the fifth number paryay. That paryay occurred, that mode occurred because of his own particular activity, particular eligibility. That's why it occurred. So my paryay occurring is a predetermined, predestined, definitely is fixed. It will come no matter what. Nobody can change it. The Lord cannot change it. Omniscient Lord cannot change it. Heavenly angels cannot change it. Nobody can change it. Yes.
Okay, so right now my paryay is, and I understand what you're saying. So I'm not the cause of my birth. Paryay came about because of the yogita of that paryay.
Yes.
But then I make the mistake of assuming or accepting that paryay is my own, and that causes further divorce.
No,
So you're saying that reaction that I had to the initial paryay, which resulted in further divorce, is not my own doing.
no,
That too is because of its own yogita.
See, you see what it is? Because I take ownership on different things. For example, I take ownership that because I'm here, that's why my household is working. Because I'm here, so I'm making money, and that's why my family is running. And that kind of ownership that I have on alien subjects, alien objects, that is broken down, that it says, no, you are not the reason. The household, the things in life will keep on working whether you are there or not. So, okay, I understand that part. Then when I come to my own mode, my mode occurred because of me. I'm responsible for it. Then mode says, you know what, forget it, because I'm coming with my own eligibility, and you cannot interfere in my production. So now my ownership from the mode also goes away. My ownership from the alien substances went away. Then my ragvesh went away from the alien substances. Now when I come to my own natural modes and I take ownership of that, that idea is also broken. And when I do that one, that means I became Gnata Drashta for sure. And I'm also become knower and perceiver for my own mode. And when I do that, then the next mode, Omniscient Lord said, I saw that, next mode was supposed to be pure mode in your case. Samyak darshan mode was supposed to be there. And so my efforts keeps on going, because my effort from alien objects, I took it out. My effort of doership of my own mode also, I took it out. And I have nothing else to hide except to look at my own pure nature of the eternal pure substance. When I'm looking at it, then I'm at peace. And my next mode is a Samyak darshan mode, which was supposed to come there.
The question I'm trying to get right now in our are we the upadan for our own paryayas, or are paryayas happening just because of their own individual yogitas, or is it both?
Yogyata comes by its own, but at the same time, I have to make my personal effort. What are my personal effort? Take my ownership away from the alien objects. Take my ownership from my mode also. That is my purusha. And purusha means I'm not doing anything. I'm taking my attention away from those substances, alien objects, and I also take my attention away from a mode, and now I redirected all my attention to the pure nature of the soul, and the mode occurring at the time will be the thing. You see, it appears to be oxymoron right now, that I'm not doing anything, plus at the same time I directed myself to the pure nature of the soul. When we say that each mode occurs of its own eligibility, means knowing that part, that nobody else is responsible for these modes. That's my take-home message. Once I know that nobody can interfere in my activity, then when I direct my attention to my own self, nobody can, first thing, no object can do anything to me. Vice versa, I cannot do anything to the object also, alien objects.
That I understand that.
Yes.
But the specific question I have is, it seems to me that you're saying that we cannot be the Upadan for any of the rags. The only real Upadan that we can be is for our own Prakasha?
Dravya Drashti, yes.
Okay.
My Upadan means my personal effort will be where it will be only place for me to hide is to my own eternal pure nature of the substance. That's the thing, that if I back up all the time, I back up from everything else, that's only the thing left for me to hide, to stay, will be eternal pure substance. And that's all I have to keep on thinking that way. And mode will keep on doing its own job. So I'm not taking any ownership of the modes also. That's
okay, no, I understand. I get it, but I'm sorry, I don't need to belabor this point, but it seems clear to me that what you're saying is that when we're in Dravya Drashti, we are our own Upadan.
Yes.
However, when we are not in Dravya Drashti, are we still the Upadan?
Oh, yeah,
Or is the Pariyaya just coming about because of its own Yogyata?
Because, see, remember, what is my personal effort? What's my purusharth? To have a Dravya Drashti, to focus my attention to the pure eternal soul substance. That's all my function is. That I should be doing it, which for time infinite I'm not doing it. Because I'm not doing it, that's why my modes are also coming in a screwing in a wrong way, and they are coming in the deluded modes that keeps on coming, because at the same time my focus is also focus on the objects of the alien substances. So my attention focus going away, and my Pariyaya's own eligibility to come as a pure mode happens at the same time. Does it make sense? No, yeah. I don't think it makes. I know you're not satisfied. We'll talk more next time probably. You know, let's do the homework on it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I think time passed by so fast. Oh my God, we are over time. You know. So, any other questions so far? No. Okay. So let's do the last stuti. Javani ke gyan se suje lokalo, sovani mastaka namo sada deta hu do. Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Thanks. We'll see you next week.
Okay.